spectacles. Chacha, you ask them to bring my spectacles.
Yeah, I came along for about an hour last night.
Little loudly.
Oh, sorry. I came along for about an hour last night, but there was just a few things that I wanted to clarify with you. This is your fifth time here in Australia, is that right?
No. This is, I think, fourth time.
Fourth time, right.
Yes.
And how did you find last night? How'd you go?
For Canberra, it's very good, I must say.
Yeah, were more people than you thought, or?
Everywhere else, much more. I think we must have had about 1,200 or so in Sydney.
Right. Okay, just a few things, like on the health aspect you were talking about, I wondered if you could define your creed of yoga a bit more for me.
Little loud.
I wondered if you could define your creed of yoga a bit more. I was talking to a few people afterwards that that adhere to other forms of yoga, and I wondered if you could explain for me, because I didn't quite understand your actual philosophy.
See, Sahaja Yoga. Saha means with, Ja means born. Yoga means union with the divine power. So born with you, every human being, is the right to be united to this divine power. Which is a subtle power that governs this universe, looks after all the living processes, evolutionary processes, balancing. This power nourishes as well as guides us, and could be called as the collective unconscious. Little narrow, but that's what it is. So we have to be connected with it directly. Apart from it, it thinks, organizes, and also it loves. So to get connected with it is the last breakthrough of our evolution. And that has to be achieved. So we become sages. And this was known to many people thousands of years back. But it could not be achieved because people were not matured enough to receive it, perhaps. But in modern times, it is already prophesied that this is going to happen. And this happening is taking place where human awareness gets connected with this power by which it achieves a new dimension of collective consciousness on their central nervous system. On our fingertips, we have the sympathetic nervous system endings. That's what doctors have gone into.
You explained that last night.
Yeah.
If we could just get away from that though, like, how do you actually practice the creed of yoga? How do you teach people to practice?
First of all, you have to get connected. First of all.
But how does that happen?
That's so spontaneous. I give an analogy to make you understand that if you have a seed, you put it in the Mother Earth, it sprouts. It's a living process. Or we can say that if one light is enlightened, that can enlighten another light. So now supposing I am enlightened, and if I enlighten you, you can enlighten another person.
But how are you going to enlighten me?
Just if you put your hands towards me, you can get enlightenment. So simple as that. and that works. You know, one radio station in New Zealand, Gentleman is supposed to be doctor of philosophy, and he was asking me questions, quite skeptical fellow, and suddenly he started feeling the cool breeze on his hand. I said, he suddenly forgot what question he asked me. He said, oh, look at this, what is happening to my hand? There's a cool breeze, and then he said, but not in my head. So I gave him a little balance and raised his kundalini, and then he said, yes, on my head. And then he said, there's a ball of kundalini, ball of cold breeze in my hand. Just a ball. See, there's a balling. And that's all on the tape, you see. So it happened. And he said, I'm such a doubting person, I'm so skeptical, I never believed into these things, how did I get it? I said, you were just ready for it, that's all.
Well, how do you deal with people that are skeptical? I mean,
how do you do?
How do you deal with people that are skeptical of what you teach?
I know how to answer them. That much I know.
Well, if I say to you that I'm skeptical about it, how
yes,
would you answer to me?
But you see what I'm saying, supposing whatever I'm telling you, you must have an open mind. You must have an open mind of a scientist. As think it to be a hypothesis for yourself. You need not accept me, because blind faith is not needed. Actually, blind faith is more dangerous. If an atheist there is better.
More dangerous.
Yes, because they are bound by that. They have some blind faith, they have their own concept about truth. So they are more bound than the people who do not believe into anything. That's what has happened in Russia. They are the ones who got it first.
What do you mean?
Because they have no conditionings. They have no conditionings. And so many got thousands and settled down into it.
I would have said that they had more conditioning.
You have no conditionings of any kind. So if there's blind faith, it doesn't work out so well. But if you keep your mind open like a scientist, then this is a hypothesis I put before you. So why not get it? Because you don't have to pay, don't have to do anything, it just works out. If that is your own power, why not get it? It's sensible and logical, isn't it?
But how do you work out how to get it out of yourself? Like those people that went last night, what would they have come away from there?
Now they have come away. Now we have a center here, luckily, in Canberra. They can come to the center, and these people are very well equipped. They can tell them.
You have a yoga center here in...
Yes, we have. We have a very nice center here, and very nice people. Some have come from England, and some are here. And they can work it out. So there's no problem on that.
And the yoga center you've got here, how many people are involved in that?
I'm very bad at accounts, I don't know.
20. About 20.
In Canberra we have the minimum number.
We have regular programs.
I've never been to Canberra before. This is the first time I've been.
You have not been to Canberra before?
Before, the first time in Canberra.
And how did all this, like, you probably explained it last night, but if you could just explain again how you actually came to yoga, or it came to you, like how you started on this journey of...
How I started?
Mm.
When I was, I was born realized, I should say. I knew all about it myself. But I knew also that I have to find out a method which will give our mass realization. Formerly there used to be 1 or 2 people getting realization, very few. But I knew that I have to work out some method. So I studied the subtle problems that lies in every human being. And I met many people like that, and I tried to find out what is the way one can work out that they can get our mass realization. You see the permutations and combinations, if you can work it out. And then I discovered it's not so difficult. On the 5th May 1970, the last center was opened out. And that's how it started working, because that's the only center is closed in human beings. The 7th one, which is here. And that opened out, and I started working from 1970. I started with one lady,
What do you mean you started with?
Started means I called, there was one lady who was interested in it. She came to me and I worked on her and it worked. Then we had 25 people more. Because you see, as soon as somebody gets realization, the news spreads. It's a very big thing for Indians to get realization. They think that's the highest thing to have. So the news spread and so many people came. So first I got one lady, then 25 of them. They all used to come to my house to begin with. And now, then I started moving about. My husband got elected to a job in London. He became the Secretary General of International Maritime Organization in the UN. So I went to England and the work started in England. And England being a circulation of all the countries, from England people started spreading out. And now we are working in 40 nations, Sahaja Yoga.
And you're talking about the Russian situation.
Yeah.
Do you feel that your creative yoga has made them more happy and healthy, or?
Yes, of course. There are two types of Russias. One type which is, I would not say, so evolved. They are like dishwashers and sort of people who are taxi drivers or things like that. So they care more for, say, Russian cigarettes, American cigarettes and things like that. But the rest of Russians are very well educated, very capable and very well read and extremely wise.
There seems to be a lot of them that are wanting to leave the country, though, if they're so happy and healthy there.
They are not happy.
They're not.
They are not happy because they said that they didn't find their spirit, this part of this area. And the rest of them, they are materialists, so they can never be happy. Anywhere in the world, materialist can never be happy because materialism never gives you happiness. Materialism takes you from one matter to another, go on jumping, as I told you yesterday. That is economics.
How do you deal with that in a Western civilization like this, which is based on materialistic possessions? I mean,
you see, because they were put on the materialistic achievements, you see, that's how the theory started there. And so they said no God, nothing, no religion, nothing of that. But they saw through it that materialism doesn't give you joy. So they didn't waste their time in politics, gossip, this, that nonsense. They were busy finding out where it does lie the joy. And so they have read a lot and they know a lot. Somehow they were just ready, I think. Must be some blessings. I don't know how to explain really, because it's so wonderful there, very wonderful people. And this problem of this food and all that started by there are more bureaucrats. It's not true that there's no food. Food was there. But the unhappiness came from the fact that they were seeking their spirit.
seeking their spirit.
Their spirit, you see. They were thinking joy is beyond. I have visited Russia before, so there's no inflation, and no, you can say, problems of mugging or anything, no violence, very peaceful, and sufficiently enough. Clothes, they wear very good clothes, and everything is available at a very cheap price. Only thing they felt, they have no freedom within themselves to speak about everything. And that's how they went inside their being. They became introverts, started finding out what's the matter, what should we have. And that's how they found out, I think, a state of mind which was just ready to get realization.
It seems with other forms of yoga, it's a much more subtle, more private way of practicing yoga. It just seems that I can't see what you teach people as far as relaxation and the other forms that yoga is supposed to.
No, this is the most open science. They have just like, say, transcendental meditation. It's horrible stuff. They just give you a mantra without telling you why this mantra, how this mantra, according to age. And when I discovered they were funny mantras, in Sanskrit they have no meaning. In our ordinary words, they said one was Inga. Inga means bite of a scorpion. Pinga means when a person gets possessed, round and round it goes. A person goes round, that's Pinga. And Tinga means when you show your thumb to somebody like this, you should show him down. So this sort of nonsense, and for that people paid 300 pounds for this. And for this, for another thing that they had is a Siddhi course where they said you will be floating in the air. I don't know what's the need for doing that, but still, for that I got the person who was running it in Rannoch in Scotland, Mr. Peter Pierce. He, his wife, his daughter, and his deputy director all got epilepsy. They came to see me, and they told me the whole story about it. Now he's writing a book, what all had happened. And they had put all their money. He was a diamond merchant, his wife was a granddaughter of a duke, all the money to start this. And they were told that you have to make them jump on the foams, these people, and tell them this is the mantra, this they have to say, and they will start floating. Gradually they found out it's all fake. And so they stopped sending money to them gradually. And these people became broke. They had nothing left with them. And he had to go back to South Africa because he was declared as a person bankrupt. And now there are many cases running in America saying that their bottoms are broken with this Siddhi course. And 6,000 pounds they took from each person to go to Switzerland, where they gave for 6 days the water which has boiled potatoes, and the 7th day they gave them the rind to eat, and the 8th day that potato. I said that you have to take this if you have to do the Siddhi course. And people accepted. There is a lady who is a barrister. She did it. Her sister did it. Her sister ended up in a lunatic asylum. She came to Sahaja Yoga. Now both of them are all right.
Well, with so many other people that have their own formulas about what's good for you and what's right for health. I mean, how do we know that your way is any better than anybody else's?
You see, only way is to know first of all that you can't pay for anything like that. First, as Christians you should know, because Christ never took any money. Nobody can pay for that. Of course, now if I travel, first in the beginning I used to pay myself, and now of course they are self-respecting people, so they pay for my travel. And also here, say supposing you take a hall, you can pay for the hall. They don't pay me, but they pay for the hall, or they pay to the travel agent. But you can't pay for my lectures, and you can't pay for my work which I am doing of self-realization. You can't pay because it's a living process. You cannot pay for it. All these yogas are money-making propositions. Just money-making. But this is the point which people go against Sahaja Yoga, that how can it be without money? They don't want to accept that point. But in USSR, this is the point that hit them, because they knew you cannot pay for living process. They came to Sahaja Yoga after reaching a certain maturity in it. So they just jumped at it. They understood it. But here, even you will be surprised, as I told yesterday, that in Boston they asked me, how many Rolls Royces you have? I said, how can I have Rolls Royces when I don't take any money? So they said, we can't understand Sahaja Yoga because it is no business.
Well,
Even in BBC London, you will be surprised, BBC London man came to see me. And he said, Anglo-Saxon brain cannot understand anything without money. I said, I'm sorry, I can't make you understand. I will not go on your London BBC. If that is the Anglo-Saxon brain, who has made it? Is it a special time? This kind of a queer idea that you have to pay for everything. I think it's a subtle ego that you can purchase everyone, you can purchase your guru, you can purchase Christ also. And they did sell him, didn't they?
What about people that give to the church? I mean, obviously they're...
I mean, if they want to go to church, I don't want to stop them. But if they think they have not achieved anything in the church, they better come to Sahaja Yoga. Because Christ has said that you have to be born again. He has said you have to seek yourself.
If you don't charge for anything, though, that like when on your tours, I mean, obviously you have to live on something.
Yes, my husband is very well paid. I don't have
So
to.
if you weren't married, if you weren't in that situation, how would you go about it then?
Yeah. See, for such a person, there's always a provision. You should live with whatever you have. Now, see, Christ was the son of a carpenter. If I was a poor person, I would have lived like a poor person. What does it matter? It's nothing important. You have to seek the comfort of your spirit and not of your body. Even now, where I come from a rich family, from my father's side also, and from husband's side, but I can sleep anywhere, I can live anywhere, I can eat anything. I have no problem.
Just coming back to the health aspect of, just coming back to the health aspects of the yoga.
Yeah.
Do you practice yoga yourself?
No, I need not.
Sorry?
No, I don't practice anything. Because I'm just in it. I have everything. I've reached a stage where I don't have to practice.
But you were talking last night about how it cures health
Yes.
problems.
That for you people. That curing works for you because your Kundalini has to be risen. When
Is that what? Sorry?
Kundalini is the source, or we can say is the power which gives you self-realization. You were there yesterday or not?
Yes, I was.
Did you hear me about the sacrum bone and there is a power? That power is the Kundalini which has to rise. And when it rises, it nourishes your subtle centers. It's your own power.
What does Kundalini mean, though? What
Kundalini is an energy within you.
And where does it get that name from?
Beg pardon?
Why is it called that? Where does that name come from?
Come from? It is placed there in you, like a connection. This one. This is to be connected to the mains, isn't it? Otherwise, this doesn't work. In the same way, it's coiled up and kept in the triangular bone, and it rises within you. And once it rises, it pierces through this fontanate bone area and connects you to the all-pervading power about which I was telling you. And as a result of that, it passes through 6 subtle centers. It nourishes those centers, integrates them, and that's how automatically you get well.
Did you have some questions?
I think our little program is a little bit different to your article in the newspaper, really.
In what way?
It's a little bit of we have a music program that we just like to find out a little bit about.
Oh, right.
So it's not exactly yours. That's what I'm not saying.
What's he say?
I was asking, I didn't want to monopolise. I said if
No,
you
it's a little bit different. Our story, our mother is different. We have a
Beg pardon?
music program.
Little loudly.
We have a music program at 2XX Community Radio, and the format is a little different to this
Can't hear.
interview.
You see, I'm little difficult for me. Your
I think,
Australian
yeah,
English.
I think the lady's interview is a little different to what we're actually after.
Oh,
Our
I see.
program is
She's different.
basically music,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we're after more to find out a little bit more about you, more or less an introduction, rather than this type of interview. This lady is
These
a
musicians, all of them, are so young, you must have seen. And one is a blind fellow. And with realization, they became so dynamic. So now they want to play for me and sing for me because they got it, you see. And the one who has composed it was a chartered accountant. He never knew any Urdu or poetical language. But he's become a poet.
Okay, well that will do me, I think. So I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yesterday you saw so many lifted their hands and said they got it.
No, you weren't there.
So many were there. Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see that part. Yesterday there were so many people
Realisation session.
who said they have got their realization. I wish you could show her that what happened yesterday, so she will see that there were so many. I was surprised because bureaucrats are difficult.
You got-
I'm sorry.
of the state theatre, I think.
Why didn't you come here?
Yeah, I think I should explain what we are about. We have a community radio 2XX, which is a public funded radio program. Our programs cover all various things. Now Hashim, I'd like to introduce Hashim here. He has a nightly, Sunday night radio program of Indian music. And what I would actually like to ask you more or less an introduction so I can find out a little bit more about you and who you are, etc. I think along those lines rather
Introduction to
than,
this music.
Yeah, sort of that sort of thing.
The music was
No, not your music, but just to sort of fit you in, to introduce our listeners to you, that sort of interview.
I see.
So it's not
So
exactly...
first I have to talk about you want me to talk about
basically,
music?
No, I would like to find out where you came from and that sort of thing, general interest, because our listeners don't know you at this stage,
All right.
you see.
All right.
It's so I guess basically that's what it's all about, you know. So in other words, I welcome you to 2XX and have a bit of a talk of where you were born and under what
All right.
signs and
About
I
myself.
believe there was a significant sign that you were born under. And you were born with royal blood.
It was on a tropic of cancer I was born.
Mhm.
There are very few places on tropic of cancer.
Yeah.
One of
There
them
was some
is Mecca.
significance of the planets.
Whereas planets are very much there. I was born on the 21st March, equinox, 12 o'clock in the daytime. You know, they have cast my horoscope also, suggestive of lots of things.
So can we sort of start this out by doing some sort of introduction?
Wherever you say.
Yeah.
You can ask me questions if you want.
Yeah, this is Hashim. Hashim is the program
Yes, I
commentator.
observed last night that the musicians assisted in making the atmosphere wonderful. Do you think that the music is important in making the Kundalini rise in meditation or in Sharya Yoga?
Yes, it's a devotional music. And a musical, devotional music, if it's sung by people who are realized souls, reaches your heart, reaches your Kundalini also, and helps a lot to awaken them. So if these are all realized souls who were there, the dancer, everybody. The dancer was playing the rhythm, and the rhythm is is a divine rhythm because she's now become a realized soul. She's connected with the divine. So when she dances, she creates a divine rhythm. And when these people sing, they also sing a divine devotion. Otherwise, without connection, if you sing the praise of God, it doesn't reach God because you are not connected. Like a telephone which is not connected. If you start telephoning, your telephone gets spoiled. So for devotion also, you should be connected with God. So as they are connected with the divine, the music emits vibrations, what you call the divine vibration. As a result, it creates an atmosphere for people to receive the realization. It becomes much easier for me to give realization because the atmosphere cleanses out and people also get ready for realization because they are realized souls, all of them. So this is the reason why I was very happy they could manage to come. They are all professionals and they have agreed to come here and do it for just to help me in Surge Yoga. And also you'll be surprised that this music is very difficult. Indian music is a very difficult music. It's not easy for people to sing unless until you go into big practices. But it's so amazing that when people get realization, all these people who are Westerner people from 40 countries, they all can sing these songs with same depth and with same understanding without making any mistakes, even in pronunciation. Otherwise it is so difficult to pronounce Sanskrit. Even Indian language is so difficult that they could not even pronounce one sentence properly. And now the whole song, Sanskrit song, any song they sing so well. And if you close your eyes, you won't believe that they are foreigners who are singing, who have never known this language before. So something has gone dynamically new in them that they just pick it up and sing so well.
So would you consider that music has become part of the meditation method?
Of course, very much. Music is a divine gift to human beings. It's a divine gift. We call it starts with Omkara. Means the first word as that was we call as Logos. It starts with that. And that's the proof of it. Because when they get their realization, how is it they know such difficult language and such difficult tunes and so correctly they can sing? It's very surprising. So music is a very inner part. Dancing, music, all art is very much connected with the divine. Now we have had many artists who have been realized souls. We can say Michelangelo was a realized soul. And the way he painted it emits vibrations. You see, if you see Mona Lisa done by Leonardo da Vinci, it has vibrations, it gives you vibrations. Those people who were realized souls like Mozart, when you play Mozart, you get vibrations out of it. You can feel them. On your fingertips you can feel them. So there are musicians who are realized souls. Also artists, also people like Abraham Lincoln was a realized soul, Gorbachev is a realized soul, he is also a sage. So when these people are there, how will you make them out? As she was asking me, you have to just put your hands towards them and you can feel it.
I think basically we're still getting back to the 2XX program. I really want to more or less interview you as a person who has just come into the studio and welcome you to the 2XX program.
Right.
And then just ask you how your birth,
Yeah.
etc.
Yes,
Can
all
we
right.
do that
All right.
from the start? Hashim, can we do that? So, basic. Like you, I lost my glasses. So,
All right.
yeah. Right. Welcome to 2XX. Shri Ataja Nim Mali Dewey. I hope I got the name right, pronunciation. May I call you mother?
Thank you very much.
Mother, you were born under a very unusual sign.
Yeah.
Could you
They
explain?
say so. Yes. I was born in a place called Chhindwara, which is on the Tropic of Cancer. And it's a hill station. I was born in a family which was in ancient times was a royal family. And they have a calendar also, which is even now used in India, in the southern part of India, called as Shalivahanas. They ruled in a country now called as Maharashtra, also up to the southern areas and also in the northern areas. But later on, gradually it subsided because of certain earthquakes and certain floods that came in.
When did you actually start the Sahaja Yoga?
I started it in 1970, 5th May. The last center was opened out, and that's how I started after that, I should say.
Is the Sahaja Yoga based on your experienced philosophy?
Based on?
Your experienced philosophy?
Yes, of course. We had Sahaja Yoga since long. Thousands of years back, people have written about it.
Yeah.
That it is through Sahaj only you get it. Sahaj also means easy. By not doing anything. Sahaj means spontaneous actually in English language. So it just gets it spontaneously. But for that you have to have a person who is authorized by the divine, and you must have the seeker of truth who should get it. So it was only one or two persons used to get it. Patanjali Yoga, the whole thing, which is now from which people have taken out Hatha Yoga. They don't do Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga is Ha is the right side and Tha is the left side. Means you have to have the working on both the sides, that is on your emotions as well as on your mental activities. So it is not that way. It is just works on one side, it's just physical activity. So that is not, that's just a V part of the whole of Patanjali, who wrote about it. He had written 8 things about it, and Sahaja Yoga is crossing all other things and comes to the stage where it is called Samadhi, means awareness. It just works on awareness. So the modern Sahaja Yoga that I have started is a Sahaja Yoga in which we first somehow or other give you realization. So you get into one stage called as thoughtless awareness, which is called as Nirvichar Samadhi. When that state is established, to start seeing what's wrong with you, yourself. And then you start correcting yourself. I don't have to tell you, don't do this, don't do that. You just start correcting yourself. Then the second stage you achieve, which is called as Nirvikalpa Samadhi, which is doubtless awareness, because you become absolutely sure of yourself. That's a state again you achieve. That's how one achieves a very great state of spiritual ascent, which Christ has said that you are to be born again or know yourself. With this, your hands start speaking, as said by Quran, that your hands will speak, and that you start feeling on the fingertips all the centers that you have within yourself, so you know about yourself. Also you can feel the centers of others. But now, if you know how to decode them and to find out how to correct them, you can correct any center.
And you are a doctor of medicine and psychology.
No, I wouldn't say that because I never practiced anything, but I did study
You have
medicine.
the studies.
I studied
qualified.
medicine. I had to also study a little bit of psychology because I had to talk to psychologists. I had to talk to doctors, so I wanted to know their terminology, what it is.
And you also was born a Christian.
Yes, I was born in a Protestant Christian family.
Do you also practice that religion?
No, I mean this is real Christianity.
I see. So the yoga is actually a religion.
Real Christianity, because you get the actualization, your baptism.
Yeah,
It's nothing artificial in it.
I see.
You know that Christ was the Son of God through only Sahaja Yoga. Because there's a center within you where you have an optic chiasma, in that resides Christ, which is the cross. And because of his resurrection, we can resurrect. So it is the gate. And
How
then,
did- yeah.
Pardon?
How did you receive the message to start the yoga?
I knew all these things. I knew all this.
So this didn't come to you as a...
No, it doesn't come. It's all there.
And it's been with you all your life, right through.
Pardon?
Right through your life. It's you've known that one day you would be doing this sort of preaching or leading some sort of movement similar to this.
What is it?
All your life you would more or less knew that this would be...
Yeah. I knew. Only problem was, see, I knew all about it. I knew that all religions are integrated. Christ has said that those who are not against us are with us. I knew all of them. Everything I knew. But the problem was, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to do anything about it because I thought I must first find out an mass realization method. Otherwise, you see, if you give realization to one person, people get after that person. See, everybody was tortured. Muhammad Sahib was given poison. Christ was crucified. Everybody was tortured. Every saint was tortured. So I thought we should give it to so many people. We have to create a new race now of realized souls. Then they will understand.
But you still believe in God.
Of course, God is there. Without God, nothing can be done. God is the. I'm just doing the work of God only. He wants you to enter into His kingdom. I'm just working it out that you all enter into His kingdom and enjoy Him. Of course.
Yeah, well, we wish you a happy stay. So
Okay.
I wish you a happy stay,
Thank you.
and I guess you'll be back sometime
It should be.
next year.
I hope next year I'll be here. I hope so. And I'll work it out. I've been working for so many years now. Now I'm 67 years of age already. And I hope some more years I would be able to spend to travel around. There's so many nations I have to travel. All the time I'm traveling.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it all right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Little bit you'll have to cut out because I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
See, since yesterday my head is little bit too much has been going on every day, morning, evening, and no rest, sleeping at 3 o'clock, getting up at 5 o'clock. So it's a little bit today, my head is
I think you might,
wobbly, I should say.
I think you might have something similar to me. I'm just trying to get over the wog,
What?
the cold, you know.
Yeah, also I got cold because women smoke so much and they smoked on my face, you see. So, smoking is so much here still, I mean, we must stop that. So much smoking. There's something has happened, I don't know if you'll believe it or not, but I went down to Cairns and, is she there, Kay?
Just at the back of the case.
Just let her get. And they took me down to that reef, you see. They were telling me about these crown thorns and things like that. We just went round, you see, the vibrations must have spread. And suddenly they all have left now. They don't know, mysteriously. They were eating all these corals. All of them have left. Suddenly the paper, it has appeared on the 17th. I was there on the 8th, I reached there 8th to 10th, and we just went round and I was just, and in the area where we went it has happened.
Green Island.
Would you say that was a miracle at all?
Beg pardon?
Would you call that a miracle?
It's not a miracle because vibrations are there. You see, the divine vibrations, they give a balance. They destroy all such things automatically. So because I went there, the vibrations must have spread. I think so. That must have happened. It has happened. So many things have happened. Have you got that thing? I want them to see. Yes, please. So she came from Cairns and she brought it to show me. But when we were coming from New Zealand, they announced it as a big news in the aeroplane that this is what has happened. Thank you.
I can't read it, but I'm like,
It was on the front page of the main paper of Care.
Also, it helps, vibrations help your plants very much. There's one gentleman called Dr. Hamid. He has solved the problem of acid rain in Austria by giving vibrations. All the trees which were below 60 years, all were saved and doing very well. So he said we can solve that problem also. Also, agriculture can improve many a times. We can use non-hybrid seeds, vibrate them, and you can get tremendous effect of it. I have done that, and we got beautiful rice in our house. Just in 1 acre I got, out of 60 kilos I got 1,400 kilos of rice. So, I mean, it just changes the whole atmosphere. Everything changes. You saw that?
I forgot to ask you one question. For the radio show, Sri Mataji, would you give advice for the listeners of this
Yeah.
program? Would
See,
you like
they
to do
can,
that?
yes, it can affect them. What they have to do is to ask them to put their hands when I'm speaking, both the hands towards the photograph, if they have. But if they don't have the photograph, then they can just put it towards the radio, just towards the radio, and they'll get it. They should get it. If not once, twice, thrice, they should try. If they tape it and they can again play it and put it in their hands, they might get it. We tried that in Hong Kong, it worked. It did work. Because even what I speak has vibrations. You see, they have vibrations. When you speak, when you realize, you'll also have vibrations. We've got photographs where all the Sahajogis are sitting, and on top of their heads is the light. There are so many miraculous photographs that you won't believe. You won't believe that such photographs are possible. You have any here? No.
I have one from Cairns.
Huh? You've
I
got
have one
one.
from
All right.
Cairns.
Can you show them? We have so many photographs even that shows light in my hand. There's a moon at my feet. They have got in my heart light. There's a light coming on my head. All kinds. There's no end to it. But that we don't show to anyone because nobody believes it. It's only the Sahajogis who have done the photographs, they know that this is theirs.
Very interesting.
And even recently, from my head, light is coming like this, like a complete lotus. We have only one, but we should have everywhere some photographs to show them. It would be a good idea. But nobody would believe. You people seem to be quite receptive, so we will believe it. But normally people don't believe.
Do you have many
They
critics?
believe in God, but they don't believe that God is miraculous. They believe in God, all right, there is God. But they can't believe that God would be miraculous. That's the trouble is. It's just a mental concept of God. Oh, yes, there is God, we believe in God. But what is that God? He's so great. You could find one, Richard.
Unfortunately, a small boy got hold of it and it's a bit crumpled, but you can see that.
Which one? Oh, this is I'm standing in the sea. The heart, there's light.
It's a little bit crinkled because George got hold of it.
Yeah.
But and there's scores of photographs like this.
That's good, really.
I was talking to a gentleman who has edited a lot of film of Srimataji, and he says that about every 200 frames they'll get one frame that's got light all over it.
No, but these Russians, when they took the photographs,
Yeah.
see, they did the filming. For 10 minutes, they have got one. It's full of lights, and that's how they've earned a lot of money out of that in Russia. And they came all the way to do you remember this time, all the way to India. Because they said, we have never seen such a thing, that without any organizing any lights or anything, how we got light from you coming this way, that way, and that was all in the film. So the Russians were very much impressed. Also that has helped a lot for publicity. So they are just waiting there for me. In the West, I don't know, we think too much, I think. We have ideas, and they are not true. We must open our heads and see for ourselves whatever is the truth we should accept. Because we talk of God, we'll read Bible, all right, we'll go to church, this, that, but it's so superficial. God is so deep, and once your depth is opened out, you can see all these things so clearly. He works. It's not a myth. It's not a myth.
Yeah. Well, I think we got enough.
That's why I said it is real Christianity.
Yeah,
Ours is a Pauline Christianity. Pauline. Paul organized it. And so many have criticized. Khalil Gibran I have seen. There's another I saw a book about Christ being in India. And that gentleman also has criticized Pauline Christianity. And also, so many of them have said that this is not real Christianity and it's all Pauline Christianity. You got something? Yes, this one. This is in a village. These people have made. Where is it?
On the boat coming
There's
back
a
from
whole
Green
series
Island.
of those.
Huh?
It was on the boat coming back from Green Island.
I see. It's all on my head. Yes, but that can be challenged. But other things, there's a light on my head. But there's some more must be.
They're getting them from the exhibition. Actually, that one, if you knew the boat, there was no light there at all. There were people sitting there where that light is on top of Srimataji's head. But now you can't see them, it's just that light coming.
See, one wants to doubt, one can go on doubting. No end to it. But if you believe in God, then God is a miracle. No, no. But the miracles are not like this, that the chair moves from here to there, or you get something in your hand. That's not the miracle. God is not interested in all these things. Or you jump in the air. What's the use?
Yeah.
All these funny ideas. Especially this TM is the most dangerous one. Yesterday we had somebody from TM, two of them, absolutely couldn't get realization. And they end up as epileptic people. There is no criticism of TM here. Some must have done.
I think basically it's all over the world.
Everybody's afraid.
Yeah, I think so.
I am not afraid. They have never, you see, I've been openly telling about them from 1917. Nobody has challenged me. Nobody has said anything.
In Canberra, Mother, they sell themselves as stress managers to all the public servants, and they wheedle their way into the public service by giving lectures on stress management, and the government supports it by allowing people to go along. The same way they tried to get into the health system in England. But the doctors threw them out because they knew that they were frauds in England.
But you see, they'll discover it in no time. It happened also in London. People have discovered it. Now they are not allowed to do anything there. So now they have started a new theme that they'll do Ayurveda, herbal medicines. But for Ayurveda, why do you want to go to that? You can go directly to Ayurveda. It's all money-making proposition, that's all. He has crores and crores of rupees in India. I don't know how people believe him.
Do you have any target at all?
I have any?
Target? Are you sort of trying to develop everybody into...
What is that?
Do you have a target? Are you trying to get a certain number of people in a certain amount of time?
I mean, whatever was the target in the Bible, we have already crossed it.
So you're not trying to convert
Now unlimited.
everybody?
No.
Not at all.
No. But according to John, I think the target is over now. So now we have to think about something unlimited. I think the divine is anxious to get more and more people into it. He has said it. He said 144,000. But we have crossed that limit, definitely.
Yeah, well, I think we...
But one must hurry up, I think. But you see, they go to these gurus and things get so mesmerized that they can't leave it. And they also deal in the same way, like this is bargain. You see, now we make it cheaper for you, do this, do that. And people agree to such a thing. They play these tricks, just like our salesmen do. They play some tricks. All right, now this is a bargain price. If you want, we'll charge you half. This, that way. And people are really mad that they run into it. And when they suffer, then they say, no, that's not our responsibility. You are no good. Because you are so bad, you are sinful, that's why you didn't get it. No responsibility. The laws are so funny, but if you give somebody some money willfully, nobody can challenge it. Why did you give? It's cheating, complete cheating. There's one lady, she calls herself by Chidvilas Anand. She is a legitimate daughter of Muktanand. She comes, she puts laser beam and comes with a van, goes around like this. And she mesmerizes people. People just get really so sick with her. Once they have been to her, they get sick. And she came to Canada before I went there. And then people challenged that why did you not get income tax from her? They said, no, she came as an entertainer. And there's a law. They know all the loopholes of the law. There's a law in Canada that somebody comes as an entertainer, he'll not be charged income tax. So, they know all these things. They work it out that way. It's a big racket. And they never talk ill about each other. As Christ has said, they will not talk against their own house. Satan will not. They never talk. Nobody will say that this is wrong. Oh, that's good, this is good, that's good. Like this Chinmoy also. Same fellow, same type. That's big bribes he gave to people in UN. Got into UN and I don't know what he's doing. So many of them I feel ashamed because I am also an Indian. This kind of cheating they have done ruined so many people. I feel very sorry for it. But also people are also gullible and vulnerable. Already Christ has described about the fake people. Everybody has described. In India also they have described about it. But I don't know, still people take to that so easily. They're so gullible.
I find most people want a sign of some sort of
They have no
ritual
signs, nothing.
ceremony,
Signs are, those who go to them are sick. They get cancer, they get all troubles. See, what is the sign? They have no sign. Just what signs they have, like they advertise very well, they have money to advertise, or they make a big, what you call, gimmick, some tricks. That's all. It's absolutely, one thing is said, that the one who makes you get to God, or the one who gives you realization, is the only one who is a real master. It's said so clearly. But they will never say we'll give you realization. Never. That point they always miss out. And somebody says you give me realization, they say you are not capable, you are useless. They never say that we can give you realization. And so many people have now come to us who went to drugs because of them. AIDS, this TM gives aid also. All the people actually so far who came to us were doing TM, who got AIDS. Because they started a new sort of a nonsense that men and women should not see each other. So they were kept in two compartments. Naturally they developed all these bad habits and they got AIDS. These two persons who came to us even in Perth had done TM.
They've done TM.
So I think if you are a homosexual, plus you go to these TM or anything, it triggers it. Got them somehow.
That's the way it's like.
It is a nice cure.
That's the whole series.
That's the whole series. You have to get them.
It's the first one we had in a village.
That's an amazing one. That's second.
This is a New Zealand girl, Cheryl, who did it. Now she is in Melbourne.
I was sitting next to her when she took the
Really?
Shimatachi, yes.
And all of you took photographs. Nobody got it. It's only she.
I wasn't taking photographs, but I remember the day because it was overcast and there was nothing above you, no awning or anything. And it was
In
a
that village,
cloudy
what do you
day.
get?
It was a cloudy day, so there was no sun shining that day because I was sitting there. Completely overcast day. And this
And when I stopped it,
enough. Toda.
very well done. This one is. It was an old village school. That's all.
And this Shimatachi says enough. You've shown them enough.
I'm saying now stop it now.
Is does these apparitions actually appear on your person? In
Yes,
person?
on me. Just some play of lights. This one is also, I was going on a bullock cart and suddenly this thing came up. Changed the whole thing completely.
The camera picks it up.
Only
The-
photographic.
the people don't-
Cameras are wonderful, I must say.
I think it's
An
only
ordinary
second.
camera, even an ordinary camera sometimes gets it. Depends on the person, I think. Like we were sitting in Calcutta and there was a lady, she said, Mother, I want one miraculous photograph. And she got the sun and the moon behind my head. And there are others, so many others have taken photographs. There's nothing. Only she has got it. So it just, I think the person, it depends on the camera acts accordingly. Just imagine a camera, which is an ordinary camera, gets these things.
How do you explain that? Do you consider that you have some
Huh?
unusual power at all?
You see, if you are that, you don't feel anything about it. If you are not, then people think, like the sun is there, so what? Sun has got its own powers, so what? Nothing so great. If I have got my own powers, it's all right. But if you achieve it, then there's something great about it.
See, so it is your power, not an attracted power.
Pardon?
It is your power, but not an attracted power.
Not what power?
An attracted power, power that's
Attracted.
attracted to you.
It's your
from
power, it's not
other
something
sources.
you attract to you.
No, no, no. I just aim it. I just aim it. I don't attract any power. I just, of course, I mean, supposing you have some troubles or something, that I absorb within myself. But I don't attract any power. I just aim it.
So you consider that light that's actually coming from you rather than coming towards you.
This is what is the divine light which is trying to convince you people. Just to convince you, I think.
Deity's tricks.
Very interesting. Yeah.
So many. I mean, if you see them, you'll be surprised.
This is so like the pictures of you see of in the Bible of Christ with the grace.
When he was praying in the Gethsemane, yes, in the garden, they show it. Now, some people did conceive it, because I have seen also some of the very old paintings where the Christians are standing like this, the disciples of Christ, and they are putting their hands like this, and there's a light on their head. I've seen it. And I've also seen some paintings with the light on the heart of Christ. I've seen such paintings. So I think in their unconscious they saw all these things and they painted it.
I think the point
Also in the sky.
yes, the sky.
Just tell them about that.
There's been I don't think we've got one here, but there is a cloud pattern in particular, which is you can actually see without any imagination. You can see Srimataji's face in it.
That time I used to wear a diamond thing inside, and even my teeth and the gap between the teeth, everything is so visible into that. They saw it in the sky. First, you see, the sky became very luminous, and there was one cloud became very luminous, and the thread started coming out of that, and then they weaved this thing. So they just took the photograph, and it turned out to be my photographs, two photographs. One is with that, and one is where I look like a red Indian sort. That is also there, yeah.
Sri Ganesha.
Yes, that's the one, the first one started with. But later on these two photographs came in out of that pattern. That's how they got attracted. Otherwise nobody takes the photograph of the sky. So first, to make them feel attracted, you see, this luminous thing came in, and he started weaving this, and then they took the photograph. It was my photograph. And in the village there's no question of this happening, in a village. Just took the photograph, it came out like that.
The interesting thing about the film editor is that the film is going through at 18 frames a second, or 24 frames a second, 24.
Or 25, I think.
Yeah, 24. Now that means that perhaps that light is showing for 1/24th of a second. We just simply can't see that.
And that's how somebody catches that,
That's right,
you get
on
it.
the camera.
Yes, must be that. That split of a second, some people catch it and they get it. I know this is all happening, and I know, I see myself, but people don't see. But after realization, definitely you see two things. One thing, you see those commas, shining commas in the sky, that is the vibrations. And also you see looped, round things looped like that in the sky. They always used to ask me, I said, these are dead souls. Now they have discovered. I said, the soul is on your back in 7 loops, and it manifests, it's a reflection on every cell, there's a receptor. So now they have discovered that every cell has a receptor which has got something which has got 7 loops, they can't explain. And that the picture of that is exactly what you see in the sky. Even to talk about dead soul is a very difficult thing in the West. They don't want to believe into anything. Whatever is discovered through science, they want to believe. But science has no humanity. It has no art. It is so dry. Science is a wee part of the knowledge. We have to know so many other things. This is how they have discovered now, and thank God, those pictures he has sent to me, exactly what you see. So also it gives you a future plan in which direction to move for scientific approach. Now there are 3 doctors who have got MD in India because they have seen on 25 to 30 patients how Sahaja Yoga acts and cures them. Psychosomatic also, which is the most difficult area. Psychosomatic. AIDS, all these incurable diseases come from that.
How would you suggest we cure the...
Can you get a thing from my...
Not lozenge, right?
Yeah, in the vanity. That's too much now. I don't know how they smoke so much.
You might be suffering from
I
some
still
sort
continue
of,
to live.
hay fever. I think that's quite common.
Very dangerous. Yes, it is. Some steps in will do this.
That's not a stress.
It's alright, it's alright. It's alright.
Too much talking.
Also these 3 musicians had, well, they got it from smokers. They don't smoke at all, you see. And then I was curing them. And also, smoking, I mean, is a mess. We pay money to spoil our throats. But with this, smoking goes away, drugs go away, all bad habits. We become such a balanced person. So many are wasteful habits, you see, and so many are so destructive, like this Grand Prix that they have. What is the need to do that madness? And already people are getting so speedy, children are getting so speedy. There are diseases, like now a new disease which I had announced about. I told about them AIDS also about 5-6 years back. About 8 years back I told them. And I told about this new disease, Epi's disease, about 3 years back. You saw that lady had it?
Yes.
Where you become, you do everything unconsciously. But when you become conscious, you can't do it. Now if you want to get up, you can walk off. But if you think that I have to walk, you can't. The conscious mind has become so weak. This is Epi's disease.
It was very interesting because it was like this. I'd say to her, pick that up, and she would get hold of it and her hand would shake and she'd put it down. But if you just hand it to her, she'd take it.
It's funny, but I told about this because too much of futuristic ideas, too much of speed. You see, human beings can't bear certain speeds. And the speed is so much gone into our being that our conscious mind has become weak. Very common in America, this disease, even in London, and doctors are treating now 3-4 with Sahaja Yoga. Also, doctors are a little bit frightened about Sahaja Yoga because it cures people, so they think what will happen to us, to our practice. You see. They are a little worried. But there are so many patients, they need not worry at all. Only those who come to Sahaja Yoga and get their Kundalini awakened get all right. Everybody is not going to be all right, so they shouldn't worry that they will lose their practice.
Should we worry about the environment at all? Can you help the...
No, if you get realization, you shouldn't worry about that also. Because if you get your realization, what happens? A balance is established. Then you don't go into imbalances. Actually, our imbalance has brought forth this imbalance outside.
I see.
If human beings get balanced, there won't be anything. The amount of things we create, there's no need. And the machines are for us, we are not for the machines. We have become slaves of machines now. There's no need to have so many machines. It should be in balance. Whatever we need, that much. They have created mountains and mountains of plastics in America. Mountains. Also here I see so many cars. See, just lying, as I don't know what you call them. And they are not reconverted into cars or something. Just these cars which are broken down. So many cars in Australia.
That's all I was
They should be reconverted.
recycled.
Ah. But one Sahajogi was saying that he's found out a method by which he can make these toxic things into stones. I said, very good idea. If you can make that, then at least the toxic fumes may get into stones, you see. And these stones can be used for anything, pavement, anything. But he's not been given so much recognition so far by the government. Government should take it up seriously.
I think basically that wouldn't be much of a good idea, I guess, because toxic stones are still.
Very good idea. But they are not paying any attention. That's what he told me. This gentleman. What's his name? You saw him in.
Peter Corden.
Huh?
I think it's Peter Corden, is it?
Peter Corden, is it?
The toxins are actually burned off, and they're locked in the
Destroyed,
they're
actually,
reserved,
they're
totally
toxic.
reserved, yeah. So there's no leaching at all. They've
No
done,
residual.
done a lot of tests and that.
It's part of the process of burning off the toxins. You end up with a hard substance like a stone.
Also, they have discovered this solar energy business, but it's not so easily available to people. Solar energy should be much more easily available. It's so expensive to install that nobody in India wants to use it. We have so much of solar energy. If they could make it cheaper, we won't have any energy problem in our country.
Yes, they're working a lot on that here, Srimati. They've got
Yeah.
a whole town now in New South Wales that is solar powered.
That's true, but you see, you can afford to pay so much, not Indians can't.
They're still experimenting.
It's still experiment.
I think the fuel companies also try
Oh, yeah.
to slow up the research because they lose money through allowing solar power to get a hold.
I believe that BP, British Petroleum, is it, are the leaders in solar power at this stage, and Australia has quite a significant,
Really?
yeah, right on the top as far as.
But it should go to the poor countries, you see, where there is so much of sun. It can solve their problem. It should be available at a price that they can afford. I tried to make it for our house, Pratishthan. But it costs you more than having about 30 heaters in the house. So, I mean, nobody would do it.
Now they still haven't really got a good solar collector. They're still trying to find one.
That's I was saying so. They haven't got something like that.
Yeah, it's very inefficient.
It should be liquidified, you see, supposing, somehow or other. If you can bring it to the liquid state, then it can be used much better. This research must come from Australia. Must come. Because they have a lot of solar energy here. Otherwise in England they don't have, I mean the Western countries don't have much of solar energy. Except for your country. And they should go into it deeply and they can work it out. I think just they should think about it. They can help a lot. Instead of giving money to poor countries, better give them such inventions.
Yeah, they don't seem to utilize the money in the right way, do they?
It's quite a waste. If they stop elections, it would be a good idea for some time. Today I was reading newspaper, there's nothing but elections. I said, what about some news about other people? Nothing. It's all election, election, election.
Yeah, I guess that'll have to wait until
Beg pardon?
next week or a week after. or
Yeah, next
something.
week, yeah.
That's all.
That's my birthday.
Tomorrow.
Huh?
Tomorrow.
That's it, tomorrow. Let's see.
I guess we have enough.
It will help young people very much because they can be saved from drugs. That's the point. And it's a big attack. I'm told now that area of Colombia is getting nervous and they are going towards Spain quite a lot, and from Spain is diverted directly to Australia. So they are under attack. And when it comes here, I mean, you can't stop it. England is, of course, is quite into it, no doubt. It's in a very bad shape. They have put the military now to stop it. But they can't. They have so many harbors, so many things. It's very difficult. And because Amsterdam, they have allowed it. It's a legal thing in Amsterdam. So it comes to Amsterdam, and from there London is so close, you know. You can come by so many ways.
Yes.
That's a very dangerous thing they have done in Amsterdam, is to allow it.
Young people are so susceptible to it because they're disillusioned.
Because you are under tensions, you see, and you want to escape. You want to escape reality, because reality, as you see, is so full of tensions and full of worries and full of sort of a fear. So to escape that, people take to it. But if they come to Sahaja Yoga, they know that reality is beautiful. Then they don't have to escape anything. So many have been saved in England, he knows very well, out of drugs. So many. But Sahaja Yoga must be accepted by governments, then only it will work out faster. The government is very slow. They have to have a regular sort of an organization which should come to you with lots of advertisements and money and this. That we don't do. That's the only problem.
I have a daughter who stopped using heroin in 3 weeks. Just stopped.
Smoking they stopped overnight, so many. There was only one girl who said, "Mother, still I smoke a little bit." The other day she gave up. Now she's all right.
She's had a big problem with that.
You don't have to say prohibition or anything. Yes. They don't also drink at all. They're very happy, healthy, nothing wrong with them. They don't even drink. Imagine in England people have stopped drinking. Can you believe it? That the pubs open at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I think there's a few places in Canberra and Sydney open pretty early too.
The pub.
I think there's a few places around Australia that open pretty early too.
But it happens automatically. You don't have to tell yourself or anything. It just happens. You just become a different personality. It just happens to you. Nothing can dominate you. It
Therefore,
becomes
you don't do it yourself.
The
It just happens.
just happens. You become like that, like a saint, you see. You just don't drink. You don't like it. Finished.
Do you consider yourself a saint?
Do you?
Do you consider yourself a saint?
I don't know. I don't want to put myself into any category.
Yeah.
Into any category whatsoever. Because, you see, when you tell about yourself is dangerous these days. Even before. Like Christ said, the greatest truth that he was the Son of God. No doubt about it. But they crucified him. So I want to live for some time.
So you're quite happy with your followers calling you saint?
If I,
You are quite happy with your followers considering that you are, like considering and explain to other people that you are a saint?
I don't say that these people call me saint, everything. I don't say anything about myself. Because I say you
No,
come
but
to
you are
Sahaja,
quite
get your
happy
light
about
and
it.
know me. Is better.
I think perhaps the answer to your question lies in another question. What is a saint?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
He asked.
Now, what is a saint? You know?
I mean, what is a saint? Is the one who is connected with the divine. Is the saint. Simple thing as that. That I am. But I am much more than that.
What is your relationship with God?
With who?
With God?
Gandhi?
With God.
We'll
Uh,
go
What is your relationship?
quite close. Quite close. But it's better that people should find it out after getting the light, so they believe in it. No use just now saying I'm this, I'm that. It's not proper. Because human beings don't like it. Their ego gets challenged. Why you? They also ask me, why you should give realization? I said, you better do it. I'll retire. Very good. If you can do it, well, do it. So that's why it's better to be on the quiet. Let them find out. Gradually they do find out.
And do you see some successor following you when you die at all?
Success or?
Yeah, do you have
No,
a
not yet.
successor?
That's all spontaneously will work out, I'm sure.
see.
I don't have to do that. There's nothing like successor or all that. They are all realized souls, all of them are successors.
I see.
Yes, there's not one single person. That's my father's photograph showing. He was also a realized soul. And he was a great nationalist who sacrificed everything for Indian freedom. And he was jailed. My mother also, she was an honors of mathematics. She also went to jail. All our family sacrificed.
This was during your
Different?
freedom,
Yeah.
fight for freedom.
Then he changed his cap and everything. But he was an advocate. He was a lawyer.
Yes.
So I come from a family of that kind, which was very enlightened and very sort of sacrificing, very devoted to Indian struggle of life, struggle of independence. I was with Gandhiji also from my childhood. I met very nice people in India. Those were the days where very nice people came up. And now, as soon as we got our independence, all the selfish people are there to take seats in the parliament.
Do you have any prophecies in relation to how India will?
Not yet, but maybe later. Why?
Not yet.
Because prophecies then takes your attention to future. So it's best is to do your work and it just expands gradually.
I see. Yeah, I think we get.
Alright?
It's a good note to stop, isn't it?
Pardon?
That's a good note to stop.
He's got into thoughtless awareness himself. Now you just put your hands like this. You'll get your realization. Put your both the feet separate from each other. Just on his head. He's got it already. Feeling the cool breeze. You got it. Ah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, what about you? Just put your hands like this. You're very relaxed. You got it. It's there. And this is the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost. Ah, it's better now. That's the silence within yourself, you feel it. Right, so may God bless you.
Yeah, it's been very
May God
interesting.
bless you. Very nice meeting you. Very nice meeting you.
I hope you have a good stay and you come again sometime.
All right. Thank you very
Take
much.
care.
Thank you for this. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Sharada, would you like a cup of tea?
I think I'll go inside first.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Namaste. Come here. He's from what country you said?
Malaysia.
Malaysia. Ah.
Thank you.
Malaysia. Malaysia, we have a very good center now. And mostly Chinese. Mostly Chinese are coming.
I've not been home for 13
Yeah,
years.
really. You've been here.
So
Yeah.
that long.
Good.
Thank you.
You had Ubaidullah as your senator. You know that? Ubaidullah. Who was the president of the parliament there? Mr. Ubaidullah.
Ubaidullah.
He's got his realization too.
Senator in
He was a senator,
UN.
yes, and he was also president of the parliament. I mean, what you call that, the chairman of the parliament. There. He got his realization.
What do you think of him?
Hmm?
What do you think of him?
What did you?
What do you think of him?
He's a very good man, I must say. Very good man.
Yeah, the reason I asked is because being Malay and controlling a country where the three races can be quite difficult.
He knows all these problems there. He knows that. He said that people are so ignorant here, so conditioned. So he says you can't talk about it to anyone. But the Chinese have come out. Chinese are taking to it, and also some Indians, but more Chinese. But Indians which are abroad are like uprooted people. And they have lost their capacity. Like I say that if you take a mango tree to London, it can't produce mangoes, but it can't even produce apples. That's what happens to people who get uprooted sometimes. But yesterday some Indians got it, some from the Indian High Commission, they got their realization. Even from Pakistan, they got their realization. Yesterday was quite a cosmopolitan, and there were some Russians there, 6-7 from the embassy. Now they are feeling very confident, Russians. I think they'll come everywhere.
Yeah, they're getting around a little bit more now.
They were very accessible, Srimataji.
Very good.
The American embassy was very difficult to get into.
Ah,
You had to press buzzers and ring numbers, and then you went round and round on the switchboard with the telephone. You couldn't communicate.
Americans only are fond of fake gurus. That's all. But you see, the Russian ambassador in Delhi came to see me twice. I don't know what's gone wrong with Russians. Ego. I think too much ego. They only like people who pamper their ego, perhaps, or I don't know what they do. So many false gurus in America, so many of them. They have witchcraft, they have all kinds of things there, all kinds of things. So violent, that country is so violent, it's a democracy. Cannot call it a democracy. Can't go anywhere safe, it's a very dangerous place and people shoot you for nothing. It's a very bad place, America now. And it was very nice because when I went there first time, in 69 I went there, it was a very clean, nice place, but now you find it so dirty and so different. It's changed so much in this 20 years time, very much. No, 30 years, isn't it? 69 means, oh, yes,
79, 89, 20 years.
20 years. Even London, I must say, London was very bad, and now it's coming up. Well,
Fish back in the river, all
yes,
sorts of things.
back in the river, fish.
Birds
Now
in the
London is
city.
improving very much, but it had gone down so badly. First I went in 65, then it was good, but the hippies things had started, and by the time it was 70, I think it was at the peak of the hippie era, where I picked up 7 hippies. But now people are getting sensible, but
Not Mrs. Thatcher, though.
huh?
Not Mrs. Thatcher.
Oh, I don't know how they like her. She's terrible. She bought all those conventional armament. I used to always say, why is she buying? They'll be useless. And now the NATO has said that we'll not allow these things to work out, the short-range missiles. And she spent all the national money in that. So all this national money. She wouldn't have the children mailed. She wouldn't have many public services like buses and all that. And national money was spent in buying those missiles, and now NATO has said that it won't be used.
They said in the newspaper here, Mother, that the Iron Lady is starting to go rusty.
I don't know. I met her many a times, but on the table she would ask me why Indians are so nice, they are not so violent, Pakistanis are much more violent, why Muslims are more violent, or she would ask, how do you solve your family problems, why don't you have divorces, all these questions she asked me. So I thought she's trying to sort of praise the family life. She did also. She did. But you see, just talking about it doesn't work out. You have to do something about it. I think she might learn a lesson, might be. So she has to be more humane and understand. But the way she has allowed, also another thing is to take away as much money as you like from England. Cash you can take. So all these black marketeers are selling their money out, and this was very dangerous to do. Formerly we could only take £25 cash with us. Everything had to be in traveller's checks, but now anybody can take out as much as you like. Cash money, bags full. This is another thing, she did a wrong thing. So all the money is now going out of London. One or two things she's really committed big mistakes. All right. God bless.
Just short, no?
Thank you very much. Now you meet these people and master it yourself. It will help you very much in your radio programs also, because you will emit vibrations. These communications are so helpful. You see, this is God sent, because you emit your vibrations through it, it spreads all over.